just found this fantastic special spot where the net was, but I want to share a little story with you. That is interesting. We just came across this thing here. I can take you down and do this. Welcome to the History Hunter. Welcome to our small adventures with the World War II time frame. Are you like me, a bit fascinated about the story and history of the German submarine, their activities and what the crew members went through? Well, I am, and I kind of feel a little bit related to that because I used to be a sonar operator on a sub, so I can kind of relate to the guys standing there and doing their duty. Nevertheless, today, me and Eagle Eyes, we're going to show you something special. We came across a location that we never heard about, and it's pretty fascinating. This is a kill color from a submarine crew member. The family actually gave it to me, and I know exactly which sub it was on last, so that is very interesting. Have a little lighter there, which is actually a Kriegsmarine submarine crew members, and they were coated in a very special kind of thing. And this was found at the Kriegsmarine position. I dug it out of the ground. I actually just cleaned it, and look how nice it is. And it seems to have worked. So the crew members would have these with that special coating so that it wouldn't corrode when they were out there in the seas. Radio operators, insignia. So I love to sit down with these small details and just read about the German World War II submariners story. But now we are going to go out. We're going to actually show you a pretty cool little adventure, and you're going to be surprised to see what it's all about. If you like our material, please give us a thumbs up. Please watch the videos in full. I cannot stress that enough. The algorithms are working against us these days, and if you watch the videos in full, give us a like and a comment. You will definitely help us to rectify just that. So without further ado, let's go out and find the past of the German World War II U-boat crews. So I guess your next comment is going to be, why the heck are you up here in the mountainside with bikes when you are going to show us a submarine base? Well, it has its reason, and that's because there's a very special feature further out here that we're going to show you. It is down at the sea, but we have to climb this mountain first with bikes and then go down on the other side, and there we will start and show you specifically how the German submarine training harbor was laid out and what is there. Look, no hands. I can do it. I can do it. Yay! Beautiful spot, and yeah, there's a hand now. It's uphill. Why bother to do all of this with this tiny little thing we're going to show you? That's because it is a very special detail that I have to stop. That's because I've never seen it before, and if I haven't seen it, who have seen so many World War II details, well, you haven't seen it. I'm 100% sure of that. So that is why we are struggling. Do we have some iced tea? Give me a second, I'll get back to you. Well, Eagle Eyes, he said it. This is the craziest hill we've ever come across, and we do a lot of crazy crap. We do a lot of crazy crap. How did the vehicles get up from here? This is... How did... Yeah, that's another thing. The Germans were also here, so I wonder if they constructed this thing or what. We will get down, I know, but we will get up. That is an example of the inclination. That is level now. And this is... Oh my goodness! It's like half a meter for 1 meter upwards. So it goes like there, level, and yeah, you may remove the stick. Oh, kill me. I'm not so sure whether this is worth it, but now that we're here, it is totally worth it. Because for me at least, as I said, I used to serve on a submarine, and this is kind of a little story of the German World War II subs, and it needs to have this little detail. This is where it all starts. This is where our story of the German submarine starts. We need to show that. I'm just gonna see if I can find it, and then we are going to that side, and that's another story. So we rode our bikes 3.5 kilometers. We walked all the way down the mountainside, here, all the way down this forest. For what? For that. And what the heck is that, you might say? Well, that is actually where our story with the German practice submarine base was, or even is today, but it's not. There's no U-boats there. That thing there had a special purpose, and I need to change a little angle here so you can understand exactly what that thing did. But to see that right there today, it's just a tiny little concrete slab with a metal thing, but it actually had and served a very, very special purpose. So if we look upon it from this side, I can take you down and do this. And as I'm doing this, I want to show you an image. This image here. Now you understand why we needed to include this in the story. This is where the submarine harbor starts. Over on that side, there's the same kind of attachment, except from there's a winch. And to protect the subs, they actually had a net running from this pedestal here all the way over to exactly that spot there. And that winch house, I think, is actually still there. So the purpose of the net was to prevent any kind of commando raid or you know, doing stuff with mini subs trying to attack the German sub harbor, and the Allied wouldn't be able to reach it. So what we have here is that in there, on that special location, that is where the German sub harbor used to be. And it is pretty wild to see this place here today, and we are going to show you exactly the spot. We're going to backtrack, get over to the other side there, and then we're going to show you quite a lot of features up on that hill. But it had to start right there with this net, which is kind of the lock to enter the German World War II submarine harbor. Practice harbor where they used and trained on very special equipment that I'm actually going to show you a little bit about, and also a very special story about something that was observed and that might have been here. I'm not saying 100%, but there are strong indications that that was doing a little service around the area here. But a lot of work for just that one. Hope you appreciate it. If you do, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe, hit the notification bell, do all of that good stuff. Help us out to reach more people. Doesn't hurt if you spend some time watching more of our videos and repeat them. Whatever you need to do, help us out, and we'll do even more crazier stuff than that. But now we are going back to the exact position where the harbor was, and then we're going to go up to the hillside and show you some fantastic details there. Welcome to the German U-boat submarine practice harbor. It doesn't look the way it used to do. I'm going to show you a couple of pictures so you can get a grip of how it actually did look. So today it's actually a ferry harbor. I'm going to show you a couple of details of the actual spot where the subs were, and then we are going up to the top. We're going to check out where they actually stayed, lived, and there are some defensive measures there and different kinds of features that we're going to check out. All right, ferry is leaving. So the original German submarine harbor was just about from here over to here. This extension, all of that is newer. And one little special detail that the Germans did, that they actually put huge explosives up in the mountainside. I think they had 6 huge explosives rigged up here. And why? Well, that's because the submarine base was very important for them. And they could, at any moment, detonate these charges and the whole mountainside would come down, crash the harbor. I'm not sure completely why, but I guess it was because they didn't want the Allied to be able to use the harbor. So pretty amazing to be here and to know that the Germans subs were here constantly and training their personnel. Well, that is just fantastic. And they also trained to use some very special equipment here. And I'm going to show you a little bit about that. So we were all the way out there. I'm going to go over there and let them see it. You can stand here in the shadow if you want to, I'll get back. So we were over there at the attachment point for the net, the protection net that comes over here. But it seems like you could go here, but you can't. This is vertical cliff going right down like 150 meters over there, so you can't pass this point. You might think you can, but you can't. So you have to go all the way around the mountain, down on the other side and down there. So imagine we're here 250 meters away from it, but we had to spend like 2 hours to get there, so that is pretty stupid. But just imagine this image here. That is exactly what took place here. German submarine activity. They trained their personnel here, and there was a lot of visitors for many German subs here. Very famous subs, actually moored up here, so very interesting to see. I've been told that up here there are 6 areas where there are pre-drilled, a lot of holes. And but it is impossible to go there. They even secured it by a huge net there, and the forest has been growing ever since. But it would be so cool to find those locations where they put those charges up, but I guess we never get to see that. The original harbor or quay is not kind of available, but this is the only structure that is available that you can see that the Germans actually put there, because it was the Germans who blasted their way out here to create this little notch space to put the subs here. And the reason for putting them here is because it was considered very safe. It was considered away from everything, and then they could have their U-boats without too much hassle, and they can train their crews to be prepared to go out in the North Sea and do as much damage as they could. I just learned by elderly gentlemen that there was something behind here. I didn't know that. It's actually a tunnel, you can see that. And I'm gonna see if I can get the camera in there, at least to show you some of it, like that. So there was clues of the German activity right there. We just didn't know it. So there's a cave, and that is what the Germans created right here. That is so cool. It seems like our research and travel paid off, and that is thanks to you incredible people out there on Patreon and PayPal who support us. We couldn't have done it without you. Thank you for your kindness. Also, you can check the videos in the beginning of each month. You can check them out. That is for the supporters, and you can see how you can become a member of our Patreon team. And there are special perks with for your eyes only videos, restoration projects, and travel vlogs. All of that is there, special bonus material, so you can check that out if you want to. But I have to say, this place has really kind of given us a little insight of the location of what was there. But as I said, are we finished? No, there will be more. And there will be even something regarding this. Very unique, very special. And I will let you into that in part 2. Also, we're going to talk a little bit about some special gear that the Germans tested here. Top secret military gear was actually tested here several times, and can't wait to share that with you. If you want to kind of help us out in what we do, you can see we do a lot of travel research, a lot of work is involved creating this little episode for you. And what you can do, you can subscribe, give us a like, comment, hit the notification bell, and you can watch more of our videos. Doesn't take much. You will definitely help us out to reach more destinations and share more incredible stories with you. And we have planned some very, very fascinating adventures coming up, but we need your support. The algorithms of YouTube kind of not favoring our thing out there, you know, well, with history, but you can make a difference and help us out in that. It's not too much to ask for, and we do appreciate it. Well, look out for part 2. It will be released very soon. You'll find it either here as a link under this video in the video description, or you will be notified every time we release a new video. But before you can do that, you have to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and make sure you can make allowance for our notifications to come through. Set them to all, and you will be happy ever after. All right, see you out there in the next one. Please be safe, everybody, and don't forget to keep smiling. Bye bye.